Woolley, one of 3 Aussies on the team, along with Burrows.
Boston College in a 2-3 zone, but that's a well-done executed play there by Syracuse. To beat a zone, you've got to look inside. You can't just settle for threes. Well done by the Cuse.
Kyra Wood with the first point of the game. Dontavia Waggoner answers for Boston College. You're really getting best on best now with these two teams at full strength. And that seems to be a winning equation. Syracuse goes right back inside to Wood.
Help side is just a second too late right now for Syracuse in that zone. Kyra Wood. Syracuse was a top 4 seed last year with DeAsia Fair, but they struggled in that opener. So I know Coach Jack wants to get her first win as a head coach here in Greensboro. Cuse off to a good start.
Good offensive rebound by Burrows. Wood. Daly doing the defending, and it's not enough. Kyra Wood has all 8. As is Nene Njai, who had it for a moment, and now Boston College gets a much-needed bucket to snap a 6-0 Syracuse run.
She called their defense laughable earlier in the year. I'm quoting her.
Yes.
I'm not the one saying that. And obviously you can tell Syracuse is taking more pride in their defense right now. It feels like some of that is still here in this game.
Yeah, if you're Syracuse, you want that good momentum to carry over, and if you're Boston College, you want to forget it pretty quickly. Burrows has her first points without that double bye since we've had it, has been able to win the tournament. Woolley rattles it home with some contact. It's an 8-0 Syracuse run. What does BC need to be better at?
Well, there's 2 things that's happening right now in this game. First of all, Syracuse is absolutely guarding the ball really well. They're not getting out in transition at all. It's been a complete half-court game. They've only taken 9 shots so far in the game. They've got to get steals and force some turnovers to get out and run. But Jen, Syracuse is just shooting lights out, and that's preventing BC from getting in any sort of rhythm.
Yeah, Syracuse better than 50% from 3 in the... Wood had Syracuse's first 8 points of the game. And that's a real challenge to see if this Boston College team has grown. Can they recover? It's not been the start they wanted here in Greensboro, but Dontavia Waggoner makes a tough shot and one opportunity.
I think they should have taken a look at this because she initiated the contact, Wagner did, with that elbow. Of course, I know the foul was called on Verajal, but you can go see if there's an unobserved.
Yes. 7 on the shot clock. A wide open look for Kyra Wood.
You've got to have those layups when you're trying to cut back into a lead. It was a good offensive rebound. That's something BC hasn't done much of so far in this game. You've got to convert.
Dominique Camp says, keep giving me the ball. She might be the point guard.
Yeah, how about Dominique Camp? Known for her passing ability, but today she's brought the 3 ball.
And Sidberry seems unstoppable at the moment. Maybe a second different shot clock, game clock. Syracuse in control in this first quarter. Hawkins short. Now Boston College had won 2 games in a row before that loss on Sunday at Syracuse, including an overtime win against Virginia Tech. There's 3 points in the game for Woolley. Has set her teammates up a few times, and now hits her second triple of the day.
So far for Syracuse, the orange up early here in Greensboro. That's what Georgia Woolley can do. She can knock down the 3, and that is very tough for a zone when a shooter pulls up from that far away and knocks it down.
There are the first points from Tiana Todd in Boston College.
BC's figuring something out offensively, but they have to get stops on the other end.
Offensive rebound keeps this possession alive. Will Kelly's stat hold true? Oh, you might get 3 off this one. Yes, you do if you're Syracuse.
They probably should have went and looked at that. I think that elbow for Dontavia Waggoner could have ended up being an unobserved. But of course, Verajal, you can see why she's on the bench after that contact.
Remains unobserved, except by us. Wagner continues her good game. 14 now for Wagner. Woolley. A good box out. Job well done by the freshman out of Baltimore, Tatum Green. Thompson has been running a lot for Boston College in this game. The sophomore out of Louisville, Kentucky.
All right, Jen, here's some life from Boston College. I know Coach Mack had some, just ignore that semicircle, but you have to give the offensive player time and distance. You have to allow them to realize you're at least there. So that's why that block was called.
And how about that for a quick memory, a blocking foul, and then a blocked shot by Green to give Boston College this possession. Having another try from the corner. Second time is good for Samuel.
That they really like. She leads the team in blocks as just a freshman. Then a good pass by Dontavia Waggoner.
Can Syracuse match the intensity with which Boston College is playing right now? What a look! Wagner to Sidberry. You think they want to play more basketball?
There's Dontavia Waggoner. And look, you've got Teya Sidberry making her presence known, saying, give me that basketball. And Syracuse felt a little too comfortable at halftime. Boston College changing the script.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to sum it up, what it's looked like thus far. Burrows, very comfortable. The Orange desperately not wanting to let this one slip away. Felt like they had it well in hand at halftime, but Wagner and Boston College have been bringing it here in the third. Meanwhile, Kyra Wood, 11 points in the first quarter, has only taken 2 field goal attempts since that time for Syracuse. Burrows now has 6 in this quarter. Green, she's been a part of this comeback for Boston College. How about that assist to Wagner?
BC has passed the ball so well. Continue that, get into the rim, scoring the basketball. Much more coming up after this. By the way, that BC has come out of halftime, especially defensively.
Wagner up over 2 defenders, doesn't matter. 22 now for Dontavia Waggoner in the first half.
Not at all, and Dontavia Waggoner just continues to attack.
And I promise you, it is not that Coach Leggett-Jack brought a lack of emotion in the locker room at halftime, as Burrows has been all of the offense for Syracuse in this third quarter.
Boston College up to 22 points. And then if you can beat...
I promise she went after her team and said, look, they're going to come. We need to hang on. But I sure would like to know what Coach Mack said to her team, because they are playing inspired right now.
Open looks from 3. That's the risk that BC takes.
Woolley stayed with it, got the drive, and 2 points. Her first points of this third quarter. Syracuse once again reading that post-to-post passing off the dribble penetration that Boston College has used quite a bit in this comeback. Wood. Orange want a little more of that.
From Sanaya Wilson, but BC struggling to get back. Help side isn't there.
Turnovers by the Orange, helping Boston College's cause to come back. Wagner. Blocked.
Making it happen. How about this block? My goodness, Sanaya Wilson.
How close will they make it heading into the fourth? An opportunity here. Tiana Todd missed the last game against Syracuse, makes a big bucket now. 4 points, Syracuse lead, 10 minutes. Good defending by Boston College. Shy Hawkins had to put it up. And the rebounding continues to go in favor of Boston College.
That was an excellent defensive possession by BC, and they turn it into offense. Who's stopping the ball for Syracuse? Daly gets right by Burrows. There's no one there to help. Daly pushing the pace. I said in the first half that Boston College needed to find a...
So the Eagles playing with all that energy on the comeback. What will they do here in the fourth? How about tie the game at 60? When Syracuse has struggled this season, a lot of times it's when that momentum slips away from them, and how do they respond? I mean, Burrows has been excellent.
The easy ones, they're not converting, needed that layup, just things aren't going right.
Daly had room to move. Eventually Wilson did block the shot. Over 2.5 minutes without a point and 3 turnovers in that stretch. Burrows all the way in for 2 more. 64 coming into this ACC tournament. Now 24 points in the game, matching her jersey number. And whoa! Wagner and Woolley might be hurt. Woolley thought she had a clear.
And she gets back up, she stays in the game, makes those big free throws for Syracuse.
Todd. Short off the front of the rim. Tiana Todd's jumper tied it at 60. Boston College is yet to lead. Tried to cross over to her right, and then it's just a matter of staying out of the way of Wagner. Burrows One defender on her, takes her time, makes the basket. Does come, and it's going to go the other way.
And Syracuse finally back to taking advantage of their size. You mentioned that, Jen. It's a veteran move from Sophie Burrows. The way Burrows plays, you think she's a senior. She's just a young sophomore.
And Sidberry continues her incredible performance today. Camp to Wood. And you wonder if you're Syracuse, where has that been? Women's basketball tournament brought to you by Ally. Woolley just lost it.
And that's Wagner showing her defensive prowess. What a steal.
Wagner to the basket and one.
Go ahead and take over the basketball game. Dontavia Wagner, known for her steals, right? This is such a good play to get.
8 on the shot clock now. It's been Sidberry or Wagner most consistently. Sidberry, Wagner the offensive rebound. She's got a chance to tie at the line.
Dontavia Wagner is leaving everything she's got here on this.
Possession is extended. An open look.
Jen, if I'm Syracuse, if anybody but Wagner or Sidberry takes a shot, I think that's a win. But how about you look at Thompson, Journey Thompson getting the bucket. Or Jacayla Thompson, excuse me.
You want anybody but Tiana Todd if you're Syracuse. She's the best free throw shooter for the Eagles.
Teya Sidberry.
Hits the first and still with a timeout. Game on the line for Syracuse. Need 3 points to tie. Woolley forces it up. There's no whistle. Boston College comes back from 19 points down to win and advance here in Greensboro.